In Nigeria, a complex and high-stakes drama is unfolding in the oil sector. And central to the controversy is the Dangote Refinery, a colossal $20 billion project spearheaded by Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest man. Now, this refinery, which began operations in January of 2023, was hailed as a game-changer for Nigeria's oil industry. However, it now finds itself at the center of a fierce dispute involving Nigeria's regulatory and major oil companies. The conflict began to surface after Dangote's refinery struggled to secure adequate crude oil supplies. And despite being a key player in one of Africa's largest oil-producing countries, Dangote Refinery was forced to source crude from abroad, adding to its operational challenges. Tensions escalated when Dangote's refinery accused international oil majors of obstructing its access to locally produced crude. And Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authority of permitting importation of lower quality fuels. The refinery argued that such practices undermined its operations and the quality of its products.
What we are going to get into, I wouldn't have even started it at all. And you can really see, honestly, we didn't have a single idea of what we are getting into. And that is why right from the beginning, we launched 31 projects, all concurrently. So, I mean, this one here alone is enough to give somebody gray hair, headache, and whatever. And, but it's like what I said, we're in the middle of the sea. If we stop swimming, we'll sink. The only option is just to continue swimming, no matter how tired you are.
In response, Nigerian regulatory authorities dismissed these claims, asserting that Dangote's refinery was only 45% complete and that its gas oil was substandard compared to imported alternatives. Further adding fuel to fire, Nigerian lawmakers launched an investigation into these allegations. A newly formed committee is now tasked with probing claims of fuel contamination, the operations of regulatory bodies, and the overall state of oil sector. Now, the situation took a dramatic turn when Dangote invited lawmakers to inspect his refinery. And tests conducted there revealed that the sulfur content in the refinery's diesel was 87.6 parts per million. The number is significantly lower than that of other locally available fuels, which exceeded 1,800 parts per million and 2,800 parts per million.
We started with about 600-700 ppm, which is true. That is why we started. Because, it was a new plant. We have not commissioned most of them. So by the time that we finish now, we have commissioned part of it. So I'm actually surprised for somebody to come and mention that, yes, we have a bad quality. We and the other modular refineries. I can't talk about the quality of the modular refineries, but our own today, like what I said, our own production, we have seen, we have tested it, is 87 ppm. And by the time you come even on Monday, we'll be at 50. By beginning of August, end of this month, beginning of August, we'll be at 10 ppm.
Compounding the dispute, Dangote recently announced that he would halt his plans to invest in Nigeria's steel sector. This development follows a presidential election that saw President Bola Tinubu replace Muhammadu Buhari, who is an avid ally of Dangote and currently head of state.
Mafia in oil business, they are worse than the mafia in drugs. Yes, so they are big, because in drugs, you at least have an idea who and who you are fighting. But in oil, you don't know. Yes, yeah, both internally, externally, even within, yes. And I can tell you, I'm 100% sure, they might even have people inside us. So that's how they operate. But, it is also really a pity and a national shame for us that we have been trying to address the fuel queues since 1972.
So as the legislative investigation continues, the broader implications of this conflict are becoming apparent. Hence, in the midst of this turbulence, the outcome of the investigation and the resolution of these disputes will be critical for Nigeria's oil industry, Dangote's business empire, and the broader economic landscape of the nation.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished. On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Aliko Dangote, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital,